Okay, here we go, coming into the MF trunk here. Okay, now we dial 304622, which will stack into the clock through the tone applier trunk. Data loaded to the 74LS193 and then down counted out as it's pulsing. So those are the digits going out as they are pulsed. And then these two are showing the hexadecimal memory addresses of the 2114 random access memory, which give this thing a 32-digit storage capacity. So this thing can store an MF out up to 32 digits at a time. And then over here, this one shows the MF data to outpulse as it's being loaded over here from the RAM memory into the counter before they are down counted out. And then here you got 5 status LEDs that show the start and the stop of all the pulse trains and all that, because when something goes wrong with this mess, you want to see what it is that went wrong and where. So that's one way to get some indication of which jumpers to shake when it starts getting flaky.
So
okay, here we are now in the other room communicating with that mess that we just taped in the other room, which is the MF trunk, but now we're communicating directly with the MF trunk using an MF 312A trunk test set made by Barry, and we're going to just save all that dialing and just hit the redial button here, which is the MF start. And there it is, 3004 plus 615, flashing busy. Level, vacant level, we're going to dial level 0, it's going to go all the way up and then it takes off and hunts across to the 11th rotary position, which is the vacant level recording. So here goes.
We're sorry, your call cannot be completed as dialed. If you feel you have reached this recording in error, please try your call again.
Somebody forgets. Here's what it should do on level 2, up there. Okay, but now if we take the grounded sleeve off of there, the dial picks up to, it falls off, comes right back to dial tone. Even though the level's vacant, if we don't ground the control lead, it doesn't know to hunt over to the 11th position and play your vacant level recording. It just falls off into dead air. So,
okay, what's going on up here?
Okay, those are 31908 line finders made by Western Electric, basically from 1947. They've all got 47 dates on them, and they're what they call 8-wire banks. And if you come around to this side and you look here, you can see that they're kind of special line finders because they've got 4 sets of wipers, and each of those sets of wipers cuts in on one of those bank levels, and each of those has 200 terminals. So you've got 100 pairs times 4. So you got 800 wires there. And then back around on the other side here, you can see that I didn't have any 8-wire banks available. So I had to take and put them all together myself from scratch, building up all of these together, mounted on the long posts, and had to do 800 little splices with 800 little pieces of heat shrink and 800 little solder joints, all done very properly, color coded. And then coming around to the other side here, then we see how we had to wrap down those 800 at the terminal block to get all 800 spoken for properly. And that would be these wires coming in on this side. That's coming from the banks, the contact banks here. And exiting out the other side then are all of the connections out to the real world. There's a couple of these 100-pair cables here that connect together with the rest of the switch and the rest of these connectors over here. And the line and cutoff relays up there at that block, that all had to be wrapped down. And it all amounted to all total about 5,000 joints to deal with.
Jeez Louise. Okay.
It's just how it's gone around here for quite a few years now. Okay, that's the test board phone. So if you want to answer it, just go like this, like that. There you've answered the test board phone. But I think the real reason, though, for this piece of video would be to get a shot of a connector doing its thing, because the number for the test board is 611, and so we're already up there on the connector, which would be been the digit 6. So we're already there. So all we got to do is dial 11, and the test board starts ringing. Okay, whereas if we dial 00, that phone down there will ring, because its number is 600. Okay, or the yellow one, 695, so we dial 95. So, or the pink one down underneath. There's 677. So, now I don't know if you need brighter light or whatever, but it might be kind of fun to just show, you know, coming in.
Okay.
If you could kind of hold the light. Okay, here's 00 on that connector. And then the next digit. Like that. So that's a connector. Those old 31908 line finders, Western Electric from 1947, working, doing their thing, giving dial tone on line number 3475, which is this beige phone right over here. So here goes. Okay, got your dial tone there. And these are set up on an allotter so that it distributes the usage. So now if you look up there, we hang this up, go to get another dial tone. Now look at what happens. Okay, there's your dial tone from that one, etc., etc. Okay, so now if we dial from here, if we dial tone apply our trunk, it's going to pick up another line. So now watch what happens. We dial 304. We just picked up another dial tone. So you've actually stacked two things. So there's another cute stacking experiment that you can do here, where you dial the MF trunk. And then dial 304616. Now watch what happens. Flashing reorder. Done by stacking. Now, we dump the whole works. And that always is kind of neat. Alright, we've got this bank of toggle switches up here because these ancient line finders from 1947, they had no busy key. The later ones had a nice busy key up here, a little red thing that you'd pull out, and you could take the switch offline to work on it or whatever. So these needed to have a separate bunch of busy keys. So that whole business with the allotter that I showed you before, with the thing stepping around using one and one again and going across and around in a circle, you can kill all that. Like, let's say you want to just use this one, you can kill all the other four, and then the thing avoids the allotter entirely. It just uses that one all the time. And if you need to work on it or figure it out and make it fix a problem, you can do that. And then if you want to like move on to the next one, you can do that just by activating whichever one you want. And of course, if you kill them all, then it goes into lockout. There, that's lockout. That'll give you the yellow lockout lamp over here. Kills the allotter. There's no current being drawn. There's a minor current coming through the phone. So that prevents these low resistance coils from heating up and burning out. You've got lockout, so that takes care of the situation of a line wanting a line finder but none being available. So